Support the great work of the Strike 7 Sports Saints discussion section by purchasing licensed NFL fan gear. Items range from Saints hats, jerseys, t-shirts, socks, and so much more. We would greatly appreciate it if you would purchase these items from the text link listed below. The revenue generated from today's offer goes into the funding of the Strike 7 Sports platform. Click on the link strike7sports.com/Saints Fanatics. You will be taken over to Fanatics website. Thank you.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, Saints discussion on Strike 7 Sports. And today I just want to recap what went down for the New Orleans Saints 2022 NFL training camp sessions and their what went down, pretty much the preseason as well. So here we go. All right, man. So I think the team is good as advertised. We was hearing all throughout the offseason about, you know, the chemistry being established between Jameis Winston, his wide receivers, how he needs to get better, getting the ball into the hands of Alvin Kamara. Andy Dalton's work with the team has been spot on. He has established a chemistry with Michael Thomas and the wide receivers. And when I say this is not to be hyperbole, not to sound properly or make things bigger than what it is, or react or present at the moment. When I say the team is good as advertised, I'm talking about what we saw in those opening drives, in those preseason games against Houston, and the one we saw against the LA Chargers. Man, that's the New Orleans Saints offense right there. That's what the team was going to look like in the regular season. That's what I think they could look like. Um, that was against, and he did that against teams full of backups, man. Andy Dalton, first drive, went 5 for 5 for a touchdown. Jameis Winston, his first drive, 4 for 4, touchdown. Opening drive, man. I think that's how this team could play when the full units in there. The first team offense in there and the first team defense. We saw what Demario Davis did against the LA Chargers. Got one sack, played pretty well. Looked like he hasn't missed a beat to me. People always try to, give him that he's getting old level, man. The dude just keep trucking, man. The dude just keep continuing to roll, as I think he's one of the best linebackers in the game. Between him and Shaquille Barrett, well, not Shaquille Barrett, Darius Leonard. His name is Shaquille Leonard, but him, Darius, Shaquille Leonard, and Demario Davis, I think, they're two of the most underrated players on defense in the NFL right now for the last 3 years. But this team is good at advertising. I know the preseason, you can't really gauge things off these preseason games that they lost. You just can't really gauge anything off of that because, you had guys that weren't playing. You had Michael Thomas wasn't out there. Alvin Kamara wasn't out there. It wasn't even a full unit out there, man, playing against us, against backups. And we'll talk about that later on in the presentation. But I think this team is ready, man. They're ready, for the season, the regular season. I think the guys, Mike Thomas will be back to full strength. I don't think it's gonna be 2019 Thomas where he catching 140 balls and 819, 1700 yards and all that. But I think he's gonna be to a level to where he has a big impact on his team, an impact that we didn't saw last season. So number one, I think the team is good as advertised in my view. Trevor Penny, number two, Trevor Penny would be a franchise left tackle once he fully develops. Yeah, I mean that because I seen people kind of give up on the guy after one session, man, after one series with the team on a drive. It's crazy how we'll call a player a bust after like he has a one or two bad series in the game in live action. We'll call a guy a bust over that. He's a wasted pick, or the Saints shouldn't have taken him. People need to understand, man, that football, the game of football, basketball, or whatever baseball, it's an ebb and flow, man. They're gonna have players gonna have bad games and they have good games, man. It's gonna be up to them to figure out how to bounce back and produce. and the guy has gotten better in training camp and in the games that we saw. The last game that we saw him, man, we saw the improvements. But unfortunately, he suffered a injury to his toe. From what I read online, is that he'll be out for a certain amount of time, for missing a couple of games in the season. So he will not be available to the Saints right now. But I think the future is bright for the guy, man. Yeah, he suffered a torn ligament in his foot, but I think the future is bright for him. I think the Saints are gonna have a left tackle, a franchise left tackle, man, that is gonna be able to hold it down in the future. You know, we haven't. I mean, taking over for Teron Armstead is just gonna be huge, but I think he's gonna be ready to do that, man. I think the old line needs a guy that's big, physical, nasty. Maybe a guy that can, rally that part of that position of the team. And I think it's great, man. You need guys like that on the old line, man. I think he fits that mold. So I think the Saints made the right choice, man. You just gotta give. Yeah, you gotta let these guys know what they're doing. You gotta let them. You be patient and give them a chance to know to do what they need to do to make the team better. I'm talking about Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland. Those guys have, I think they've built up a nice track record of finding really good players, man. I think they really have, and I don't think this guy's going to be a bust. So Trevor Penny is going to be that guy at left tackle for the next 10 to 15 years, holding it down. Hopefully hopefully he's blessed with good health during that time. So we'll see. All right, and Ian Book, man. Ian Book needs further development as a QB. The cut downs are coming soon, and I think the last day is the 30th, I believe, the 30th or the 20th. Tomorrow, the 30th is where they cut down the roster to 53, and maybe Ian Book is on the team, and maybe he's not, but he needs to be, further developed as an NFL quarterback. And I know a lot of people were I don't know, people were looking at him as like he was a first round pick when the guy was a fourth round pick. That's what he is right now. I think if I had a choice, if we could go choose between Chase Daniel and Ian Book, I'll take Chase Daniel all day, for real. This guy, and another thing, we haven't seen Ian Book with the first team offense, man. We haven't seen him with that yet. But maybe he would be better served on a practice squad, man, and just run a scout team. Who knows, man? There's still time for him. And I don't know he's gonna be a starter in the NFL, but maybe he can be a quality backup, man. He could develop into a Chase Daniel, so where he's a guy that could come in, for 2 or 3 games, hold it down, run the offense, and not miss it. And the team, that doesn't miss a beat, maybe. But now he played a lot better in the Chargers game, but we know that he can scramble, he can get out of the pocket, make plays, but for right now, man, he just needs to be, further developed, and it may happen somewhere else for him, because this is a Sean Payton pick. This was a Sean Payton guy. So Dennis Allen may see things differently. We don't know yet. We'll see everything plays out, but I don't think he's a guy that can help his team right now, man. I don't. If it came down to it, I'm comfortable enough to say that Taysom Hill would be a better option than him if things had to go south at quarterback. If Dalton had to go down, Winston had to go down, Taysom Hill would be better suited for this team. And Taysom Hill is not. People view Taysom Hill as not being a quarterback. I mean, he has a better. I think he have a better resume than he has a better resume than Ian Book. His numbers are better, better record and all that, and he has the experience. So Book, I won't say the book is closed, but it's halfway. It's halfway closed, but let's get better, man. Just practice, learn that offense, and maybe next year and down the road or something, he really show his growth, but not for right now. All right, so this is what's coming up for the Saints now that preseason training camp is pretty much over. Roster gets cut down to 53-man roster. It was at one point the roster was like 80, but they had to cut it down, and this must be done for league purposes. Every roster must have 53 people on the 53 players. So yeah, deadline is Tuesday, August 30th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So right now, teams can hold up to 90 players over the course of the preseason, but must be cut down to 53 by August 30th. So I already heard that Abrams, according to Nick Underhill, that Abrams Smith got waived. A few other players got waived. Kevin White, Kevin the wide receiver, he got waived. And maybe those guys may come back to the practice squad. We'll see. But maybe Ian Book is part of the list as well. But it is, how it'll play out. We gotta let it play out. And after that, once that's done, the team gets ready for the season opener against the Atlanta Falcons, which will be in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I expect the Saints to win that game, but you never know. It's the NFL. But I'm just looking forward to seeing how that team is going to look. The Saints are going to look with everybody on it when the full roster, the first team offense, the first team defense, how the chemistry between Michael Thomas is going to look, how it's going to look with him connecting with Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry, Alvin Kamara, how the defense is going to look, if Peyton Turner is going to show any improvement, how they deal with Kyle Pitts, the wide receiver, forgot of his name, man. The running back turns into a running back. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me go look it up real quick. Cordell Patterson, yeah, that's his name. How they deal with him compared to that first matchup last year where he just tore up the Saints. I don't think he played in that second matchup, but looking forward to seeing how this team will look when everybody's healthy, everybody's together, and they go up against the Falcons. So we'll be covering that, leading up to that game. The first look video will just preview it, and we'll do I think probably Tuesday night, we'll be doing a recap of how the 53-man roster looks, and what personnel that they moved off from. So we'll see how everything plays out. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How you think the 53-man roster is gonna look like once the deadline comes down. Also, hit that bell notification icon to receive my latest updates whenever I go live. And check out strike7sports.com/Saints for latest content on the One Saints organization. I have the season preview out by either Tuesday or Wednesday. Have a blessed day. Peace. Who that? I'm out.